The moment I stopped explaining myself, people started taking me seriously. Because explaining everything to someone so that they believe you is a sign of insecurity. You unintentionally make their opinion so valuable so that you have to put yourself in the weak position to explain yourself so that they accept you. So I ask you, what are you actually doing? Like, seriously. Hi, guys, welcome to Izzy's Insights. Here we're talking about psychology, self help, and everything like that so that we can become confident in 2026. Today we're talking about the 5 rules that changed the way I perceived and presented myself. 1. I don't explain myself anymore. Why do you have to explain yourself in the first place? To be accepted, to feel worthy, or to be understood by others? Over-explaining is a sign of insecurity, packed as politeness. But it's making you seem like someone who needs to explain to be accepted. And do you want to be seen that way? Confidence is being understood without over-justifying yourself. Because you know if someone doesn't accept you, it won't bother you at all. It's a sign of self-respect. For example, I used to over-explain as a sign of my people-pleasing behavior. So I noticed that, and that I was the only one that is making a big deal about explaining my opinions to protect myself from hate. I didn't even notice how weak I looked. Secondly, a lot of people need to hear this. I act before I feel ready. Our comfort zone is our biggest enemy. In order to achieve your dreams, you can't expect to evolve in a place where you used to rot. If you do the same things you're able to do comfortably, how do you think you're going to evolve? Here's a little trick. I purposefully put myself into situations where I have no other choice than to do the thing. For example, when I don't want to attend a party, but I want to become more social, I ask a friend to drive me, so that I can't excuse myself, or I decide to go there, no matter what, so that I'm stuck in this situation and have to evolve. That way, you gain more self-trust because you actually do what you set your mind to. 3. I consume less than I create. What are you actually doing to yourself? Day after day, scrolling and saying tomorrow. What is so special about these influencers that you spend several hours of your precious time watching them win? Do you think you can achieve your goals like that? Social media has become the perfect trap for people to become consumers. That way, the upper people can make billions, while you still sit at the bottom and say tomorrow I'll be ready. You could use these hours of doom scrolling on creating your dream life, working out, creating a business, anything. Start small by setting yourself time limits and clean your social media. That way, you won't get distracted easily. 4. I romanticize discipline. It's hard to do something productive when all you want to do is to scroll on your phone. Our brain's needs for dopamine are already high, so you need more to please your mind. That's why romanticizing makes the difference. It doesn't have to be in a cutesy way. Just start by working in a clean space or organizing your bag before going to the gym. A motivating thing to do is to pretend you're the main character of a movie. Be the cute anime main character, the girl boss from Euphoria, or an overachieving queen in a movie from the 90s. Really outline the plotline of your movie and decide what the main character of your movie does. I recommend doing different playlists for different situations and vibes. And very important, mentally discipline yourself to stay stable and don't act too intense. And for social discipline, stay quiet. No one needs to know about your main character life. If you share your goals, and important, not your achievements, but your goals, it feels like as if you've already achieved it. 5, and lastly, I trust my first decision. My teacher in school once told me, always trust your first decision. If you were struggling between yes or no, it's a no, because you wouldn't be struggling to decide if it already was a yes. Now, don't think if you were deciding whether to go to that event or to the gym and were struggling with a decision. No, sweetie. In that case, you have to use the lesson of stepping out of your comfort zone. But if, for example, you were struggling whether to forgive your ex or not, or to break up with him, it's definitely a no and break up with him. Because if everything was perfect, you wouldn't have to pick. If you start thinking about the situation too much, you end up in a cycle of overthinking, and overthinking kills happiness. So always trust your gut and just do it. I see that you have so much potential, and just that you clicked on this video showed that you want to change and that you are destined to be something big. And always remember, I love you all. Bye!